All right, we're gonna start by warming up in a standing position. So you can stand anywhere on your mat, and we're gonna start in a fold. So I like your hands interlaced behind you. I like also my index finger out, and then you're gonna start to roll your shoulders back. So up, back, down, and forward, up, back, down, and forward. It's a little bit hard to forward because you're interlaced, right? And then from here, you're just gonna lift your hands up. Good. Now you're gonna start to really see where you're at currently with this warm-up, and then drop. Again, lift it all the way up and drop. Now we're gonna start to face the right side, lifting it up, facing the right side, twisting your body, and then bringing it down, center. Lifting it up, facing to the left side, and then a little bit of a fold, and then back to your center. Again, halfway, you're gonna try to fold. Good. You could have a bent knee or straight, it doesn't really matter. And then you're going to lift your hand up all the way as much as you can. Coming back to stand up, inhale, and exhale to fold halfway. Again, you can have a bend in your knees here if this is more comfortable for you. Good. And then maybe starting to straighten and bend the knee if you're still a little bit tight. Good. All right, coming back to stand up, inhale. Relax your shoulders a little bit, and then exhale, bend and fold halfway to the right side. Good. Again, you could always have a bend in the knee, okay? With any folds, you just want to really feel your body where you're at so that you don't round your back. Coming back up, back to your center, inhale here, and exhale, halfway fold to the left side. Good. Okay, coming back to your center, and then release, shake it, reach your hands all the way up, breathing in, and then exhaling. I'm just gonna face you, bend to the right side. Center, inhale, stretch your shoulders, elevate it up. Exhale to the left side. Send your hips to the right. Good. And back to your center. Whew. Shake one more time. And then again, I'm gonna face you, or the sides. You're gonna get a bend in your knees here now. From here, inhaling, puffing out your chest, and then sending your hands up as much as you can. And then exhaling, belly to thigh, right? So you're gonna lay your belly to your thigh, and then getting that hand all the way up, and maybe now over the head. Try to see how far you could send your head all the way down. Keeping that belly and thigh connection with a bent knee. Fingers now will point up towards the sky, and then maybe all the way pointing down. See where your end range is at with your shoulder mobility. And maybe from here, if you feel comfortable, to nod your head or shake it left and right. Releasing all the tension. Just keep on breathing. And then maybe nodding yes. Yes. Up and down. And then pairing it with the left and right. No. And yes. Okay, again, no. And yes. Okay, from here, you're now going to get into your Malasana or Yogi squat. So all the way, and then coming back again halfway. Again, down, hips down, butt up. Good, hips down, and butt up. Good, again, hips down, butt all the way up, all the way to rise, standing back up. Big breath in, reach your hands up, and exhale, fold halfway. Good. Extend your hands or arms forward, and then look down. See if your hands or your ears are parallel with your arms. Good. You could always have a bend in your knees here to start, but if not, then you can keep a straight knees. Left hand will drop. Good. Right hand will sweep all the way up, breathing in. And then exhaling, dropping it back and down, and big circles. Now I want you to really focus on the twist. As you send your hand up, you're gonna really twist your body, and maybe now it's more over to the opposite side. That is fine. So wherever you feel good in your twist, it's gonna be different for everyone depending on your end range. And just keep on rotating to warm up our shoulders. Ooh, so good. And swap sides. Right hand will drop, left hand sweeps all the way up. Inhale and exhale, back, down, and circle. Same thing what we did earlier. Ooh, rotating and maybe getting a, playing with your head if that feels good. Just letting go of any tension, no stress around the neck. Ooh. And then now hands down or fingertips, and then shifting your hips to the left and to the right. Oh yeah. So good. Okay, now you're gonna crawl your fingertips forward, finding now your downward dog. You're gonna walk your feet back. Good. Feet are hip distance apart, hands are shoulders distance apart. Now we're gonna find our waves, okay? Look back, getting a tippy toes, and maybe circling your ankles to the right and to the left, or to the left and to the right, doesn't really matter. Good. Whew. Now getting a bend in each knee. Bending one knee at a time. Pedaling your feet. Whew. And then rolling now your spine. Finding your yummy waves here. Breathe. Keep on going. I'm just gonna remove my sweater here. Oh, feels so good. Whew. Rolling forward and back. Feeling good. You can play with your bent knees or straight knees depending on how you're feeling with your waves. Good. Okay, now we're gonna find a little bit of a stillness here. I like your feet together. And then really push yourself up. Elevate the shoulders. Whew. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let it all go. Okay. Now from here, insert your head, really point it back, and then maybe turning to the right side. Okay, see if this is feeling okay for your neck. And then back to your center, and then again, thread it to the left this time. Good. Center, and then right. Center, and then left. Good. Now waving your spine some more forward, and waving it back. Okay, preparing feet together. We're gonna lift the right leg up, breathing in. Breathing out, bending the knee, facing the right side, and you're gonna start to circle now your knee. Good. There's no right or wrong direction here. You're just going to get that hip mobility going. Finding the circles, getting a 360 degree, and then rotating to the other or opposite direction. And then just playing with this knees bent or knee bent, right? Maybe shifting your weight left and right, stacking your hip joints, and then squaring the hips, stacking the hip joints, opening the hips, and square. Good. Extend it all the way up. Good. Now find your squared hips as you flex the right foot, the lifted foot. Good. Look back and hold. Breathing in. Breathing out. Point the toes all the way now. Gonna open the hips here really as much as you can. It doesn't matter if it's squared or open, whatever feels good for you this time. Good. Open it up and then bend the knee, half scorpion shape. We're gonna shift our weight forward, 4-3. Back, tippy toes, 4-2. Back And last one. 1. And then from here, stay here. You're gonna drop the back knee or the lower knee down. Good. Kick that right leg up. Good. You're gonna drop your chest and your chin down. Woohoo! And then push up. And then lift the back knee. 3-legged dog. Good job. Okay, now I want you to send that right knee towards your chest. Lift it high, shift your weight a little bit forward where you can stack your shoulders and wrists. Good. From here, you're gonna send that knee forward and then wrap it to the other leg, okay? Finding that eagle legs and then push back. Good. Push forward for 3. Push back. For 2. Push back. Last one. 1, and then untangle the eagle legs back to downward facing dog. Good. We're going to take a break here by dropping the knees down, untuck the toes, point it back, child's pose, and I want your hands cupping your heels. If it reaches, if not, it's okay here, right? From here, you're just going to drop the forehead down, really point it towards your mat. Breathe. Allow the elbows to really drop down with gravity. As you breathe in, really focusing your attention to where is like currently tight or needs more work. And then as you really breathe out, try to just like let it go and soften that part wherever you're focusing on. Relax your jaw. Allow yourself to really melt down on the mat. Good. Still cupping the heels with your hands, you're going to drop the crown of your head as close to your knees as much as you can, lifting your hips up for your rabbit pose. We're going to do this for 3. Drop the hips down. For 2. Chin towards your clavicle now. Drop. And then 1. Hold it here for 5. Round the spine. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Release. And sit back up, Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose. Slide your hands all the way forward to your child's pose. You're going to round your spine forward, tabletop, and then round or arch it back. One more time, round forward. And then as you arch or back bend, now back, curl the toes under, you're going to lift your knees and downward facing dog, hips up. Beautiful. Roll your spine more forward. Inhale. Exhale, rolling it back. Slow and controlled. One more time. Roll forward, vertebra by vertebra. Exhale, rolling it back. Preparing for your feet together. Good. Push all the way up, hips up. Elevate the shoulders. Inhaling, left leg lifts all the way up. Good. Exhale, bend the knee. And then starting to circle the knee. Same thing what we did on the other side. Good. Getting your full 360 degree again of that hip socket. And then rotating to the opposite side. And then as always, you want to notice which one feels tighter or more limited with that rotation. Good. And extend it all the way up. Now finding your squared hips as you flex the foot. And then see if you could push a little bit more further with that squared hips. Inhale. Exhale, push a little bit further. Up, up, up. Heel is driving up towards the sky. Beautiful. Good. Now this time, inhale. Point the toes all the way. And as you do that, you're now shifting your gaze, right? So from facing back, you're like slowly looking maybe towards the hands. Good. And then really finding that arch back now as you literally open up the hips. Doesn't matter if it's squared or not anymore, just to where it feels good to open up the hips. Stay for a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, half scorpion shape. Okay, you're gonna shift forward for 3, back, for 2, back, and 1. Hold it here, hold for a little bit, hold, 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 and drop the right knee down. Good. Left leg now will kick all the way up, back bending. Good. Drop your chest and your chin, and then bending the knee. Now this time, that bottom foot, you're gonna try to see if you could kick it up, right? Point the toes up, because now the right leg is a lot more flexible. We warmed it up. And then you're going to stretch both knee. For 3, 2, and 1, straighten both, and then bend. Okay, we're gonna do this for 5. Stretch and bend. 4, stretch, bend. 3, stretch, bend. 2, stretch, bend. 1, drop the lifted knee, push back to your child's pose to rest. Good. Now, tabletop position. Curl the toes under, lift your knees and hips up, downward facing dog. Okay, now we're gonna flow a little bit faster this time, okay? Adjust yourself. I like your feet together. Right leg will lift up, breathing in, and then exhaling now, you're gonna drop the left forearm down as you engage the core, bending that lifted knee, facing now to the toes. So you're twisting your body here, and then extend it all the way up. Whew. From here, you're going to really push yourself all the way up as you really kick that toe down towards the right. Again, lift up, drop the forearms, and point it towards the opposite side. Bend the knee. Good. Okay, so we're gonna do that for 5. Okay, so as you lift the forearms for 5, lift and then drop. Toe to mat or toe to ground, up, and then bend the knee as you drop the forearms. Okay, for 4. You can do this at your own pace, and notice that right lats is gonna be working here, right? So this part of where your armpits of the opposite side is actually what drives you to really engage also the core. Okay, lift up and tap. Tap the ground. 3. Lift up and tap. 2. Find that engagement, right? So you might stretch it first, the knee, and then lift up, tap, lift up, and then drop, right? Or maybe it's the opposite. It doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong here. You might want to really lift up first, lift the leg, and then tap. Last one. Whoo, all the way now. We're going to really drop the left forearms as you stretch and find that farthest you could go with that right foot all the way to the opposite mat. Good. It doesn't matter if it doesn't reach that far. Now just walk yourself towards this shape so that you can get into your straddle fold. So find your straddle fold, halfway lift, inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna fold all the way down. Your crown of your head might drop, or it might not. Maybe your forearms will drop. So it depends on where you're at with your straddle. And then stay here for a little bit. Breathe. Good. All right, now from there, we're going to copy everything what we did right here. See if you could do it. So now you're twisting your body to face the opposite direction of the mat. Okay, from here, you're gonna pivot your feet now. Both toes are gonna face forward. Doesn't matter whatever angle, but it's facing forward. And then maybe try to drop the right forearms, right? If it doesn't drop, then you could just come up to your hand. From here, hands are shoulders distance. Left leg will now swipe or sweep all the way up. Breathing in. 3-legged dog. Good. And then exhaling, dropping the right forearm and bending the knee, facing towards the opposite side. Toes will be over to the right side. Okay, we're gonna do this at your own pace for 5, okay? Lift up, tap, and drop for 5. Inhale, tap, and drop, exhale. Inhale, tap, and drop, exhale. 3, inhale, and drop, exhale. Beautiful. Last one, lift up. Woo, energy from the core and the lats. Exhale to drop. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, now you're gonna push all the way up. Good. Knee to your chest, and this time you're gonna wrap it to the other leg, right? What we did earlier. And then you're gonna push back 4, 5. Forward, 4. Forward, 3. Forward, 2. Forward, and all the way 1. This time you're gonna drop the knees and then coming to this tabletop with that crossed or eagle legs, if you will, and then untangle the shins, but your knees are still on an X shape if you look back. Now from here you're gonna push all the way back, getting now into your shoelace legs. This is your cow face pose or cow face legs, and then I'm just gonna center myself, and then we're gonna do cow face arms. Ooh, how did that feel? Feels good. I love that. All right, now I want you to really stack your knees by really lifting the upper butt cheeks first, right? So whatever is on top of the leg, lift that and then really hug it. Now you can drop, okay? And then now lift the right butt cheek to really ground yourself, getting really stack the knees, and then wiggle your body here, left and right. Good, making sure you're fully grounded. All right, inhale, straighten your back, looking up, and then exhale, we're gonna fold down first. Good. Now I want you to extend your arms all the way in front and really squish yourself or squish your belly. Good. Whew. Feels so good. Coming back up now. Okay, right arm will lift all the way up, breathing in. Exhaling, other side behind you. Again, inhale, both arms will lengthen. Stretch, exhaling, both elbows will bend, okay? Left arm, you're basically gonna tap your back here with the upper hand, and then the left hand will face back. Okay, this is your cow face arms. It doesn't have to touch. If you can clasp, right, it's okay. Wherever you are, if you have a hair like me, long, right, you might be able to do this, right? You can do this with a stick or with a fabric, right? If you can clasp them, then that's great. Whew. Now, I kind of like, if you're able to clasp, right, this is now more advanced, I like to kind of, so I'm hooking, right? And notice my right elbow, I'm kind of like sending it back. So my upper elbow, I'll send it back. So I'm rotating now that right arm or right shoulder, and then I feel it in my scapula, right? This is very advanced, so you don't want to like do that if you cannot clasp your fingertips, right? But it's such a great way to really kind of, what do you call that? With the shoulders. Shoulder dislocate, right? That's what they call it. So you kind of feel that. And I love that stretch to really get a feel of your scapula, the shoulder blades inside. And almost like a myofascial release here when you kind of touch in between the shoulder blades. Yeah, and then you're just like staying there. Now from here, puffing out your chest, back bending. Inhale, and then exhale. I want you to really get your rib cage tucked in, right? So strong core. That's so intense for the shoulders, but we're doing it for the shoulders. And then inhale, lengthen, and then exhale to untangle the bind. Shake it up. Whoo! And then I like to really push the arch of the feet. So the arch of the feet, like why I do this in a lot of my videos, right? You might notice, because this is like in foot reflexology, there's like a point here actually that really helps. I forgot what was it particularly. I think it was the spine. So I just like to really like play with it. And there's a lot of like points. I do believe in that because I love, you know, those Pranamat and those Naboso tools. And then you kind of want to also dip one shoulder at a time, right, to the center, like what I'm doing right now. Hey, buddy. I know. Mama's filming. I know. Dip and dip. All right. That feels really good for your shoulders. Like everything we're doing like this, right, improves your shoulder mobility. It's not just like opening all the time. You want to also improve the internal rotation, the external, and that helps a lot to open up if you're working on like deep back bends. Good. All right. Okay, now we're gonna do our compass pose, my favorite. Okay, you're gonna grab the upper leg with the opposite hand or upper foot, right? I like the outside of my foot. Now this is gonna depend on you. Okay, and then from there, you're gonna straighten your knee. And then there's multiple ways to do this. As always, you can lift the left butt cheek up to hook yourself. You could do this hooking, or like I always like do is I like to get it straight first. So now you're twisting your body. My left hand will touch the right knee to help me twist. See that motion, right? You twist and then hooking that left thigh or knee behind my left shoulder. Good. And then from there, you could actually play with this hand, right, from here. And my right femur is really firmly rooted down so that I can really get a strong compass pose, right? So everything in compass is really working, right? Your twist, your right side of the body is elongating and stretching. This is crunching the abs, the opposite side. And then now from here, the left hand, drop it down to the left side, and then now you're gonna find that sweet spot where you can slide your hand a little bit forward to drop the left butt cheek down. Now this is a different feeling. Now you can look to the right side, right? So twisting your body more and then just stretching some more. Whew. Good, and then I like to also play with this. Okay, once you get your foot really back behind your body, right? Now you can get this kind of hooking feeling. And now you're feeling like you're really like crunching your abs, rounding your back. And now you can start to play. If this gets you so flexible or that mobility, everything is really like strong feeling, aside from just your flexibility, you can start to play with like inserting it behind your head for your leg behind head. Okay, so you're outside of the foot, I'm grabbing it here, and then you're really now rounding, really round your back. Now from here, you're gonna have your chin to your clavicle to really help that leg behind head, right? So this allows for such a deep hip opening. So good for the core, your digestion too, just because of how much it just gets crunched or scrunched. And then everything is like the hamstrings. Whew. And then from here, I really want to start to really work on the left and right. Now, once you get to do this, notice your Skandasana. After this, it's gonna be so much like feeling like yummy. Whoo! And then you can play with, see the butt cheek lifted, right? Now you can drop, and then maybe getting a play with this fold. Okay, buddy, you gotta go over here, okay? Okay, let me just move little buddy. Okay, stay there. That's my anklet, you can play. He loves my anklet. And then, of course, the longer you stay, right? Just the better hip opening. Ooh. When I am practicing myself, I really just like stay in this position. This is such a see how much I can do it now. This was not like this for me before, I swear. And it feels, this pose for me, like behind head, is so grounding. It really does feel relaxing. Your body just feels like that right state of mind. At least your mind and your body is just so stress-free. And then you could maybe play with your hands. I started with really focusing my hands in a prayer position and then looking forward. Of course, when you're starting, you don't want to look to a lot of sides, right? Whew. Stay. And then try to see if you could maybe fold and lift up. Whew, smile. Open your mouth. Stay for a little bit more. Whew. And then see if you could maybe play with an L-sit version of the leg behind head, right? Straighten the right knee. And then this is, honestly, if you're working on L-sit, this is so much easier when your head is here because you feel, see, if you lift it up, you feel so much support. Also, your core is very strong just because it's already scrunched. I swear, this L-sit version is so much easier than the regular L-sit. Okay, all right, so wherever you are, we're gonna let it go. So just like fold and then let go, release. Oh yeah, and then just get a feel of your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, now we're gonna do it on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna try to face here. Okay, so we're gonna stack both knees, right knee now on top of the other. I hope you can see me, but he's blocking all the time. Okay, from there, again, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then we're gonna start this time in a cow face or Gomukhasana. Left hand sweeps all the way up, breathe in. And then exhaling, now dropping or bending both elbows. Shortcut of what we did earlier, but it's the same thing, right? So now working on like rotating the shoulders back, back, back until you can maybe clasp. And then shake it, wiggle, wiggle, always helps. Good. And then inhale, puffing out your chest, exhaling, locking the core. Rib cage, tuck it in. Good. Stay here for a few breaths. Now from here, if you want to do what we did on the other side, right? Left elbow, the ones on top, kind of rotating it back, feeling that scapula. Creating space around the shoulder blades. Good. And then pressing your head back. And then core is locked. Good. Hold for 2 more breaths. Last one, full breath in. Breath out, let go of the bind. Whew, fold to release. Whew, shake, shake it. Ooh, intense, intense. I know it's intense. Okay, now we're gonna get into our compass pose. Okay, grabbing the right foot with the left hand, however you prefer with your compass. And then from here, for my right leg, and my right shoulder blade, I like to really get this kind of bird of paradise compass, if you will, wherein I'm binding, right? And you've seen me said this in so many of my videos, I think. And then I like to really play with twists. So I do like to change things up a lot, right? So twisting to the left and then twisting to the right. Whoop. Finding your balance. Again, twisting to the left and then twisting to the right. Good. Now again, I kind of fell there because I did not have my femur really strong with that grounded left leg. Good. And then I'm gonna show you another way to get into the leg behind head in this position, grabbing my right heel with the right hand, dropping my left forearm down behind, and then from here, you could actually feel this position. See that? It's actually easier. So let me know which one is more accessible to you, what we did on the left or this right side, right? This one is a lot easier, at least for me, depending on my side of my, what do you call this? Scolio. There. Oh, so good. I know, it kind of looks weird, no? I cannot believe I can actually get here now. And then you kind of want to help your butt to really lift it up. There. Woo! Is that weird? And then we could play with cute, weird poses, if you will. Grabbing my... Now I'm kind of in a supine position. Like this. Yeah! And then breathing in. Breathing out. Again, you don't want to do anything that hurts, just to where you can. And then maybe this way. How about this? You like this? Maybe this is my cover photo. Smile. For my thumbnail. Hold. Where is more tight for you? Let me know in the comments. Whew. I love this opening. Hip opening, so good for me. Just like releasing every stress, tension, and grudges. I don't really have a lot of grudges. Yoga helped that for me. Oh, release. Ah, so intense. Woohoo! Where's my leg there? Okay, now I'm going to just like sit up to an L sit. Okay, so if you want to do the L sit with me, and then if you want to get into a fold, so just to even out that feeling, we're gonna fold and up. Okay, fold and up, and then all the way. So in this way, if you're working on L sit and then you can get here, right? You want your hands in somewhere in between your knee and your hip, so not back, right? And then from there, I find this really dependent on your bone structure. So really you want to adjust accordingly. From there, you're gonna lift that right butt cheek. So my left femur is fully grounded, and then you're gonna lean forward, heel is planted down. From there, you can play with the thing. I'm gonna use my knuckles just to protect my wrist, okay? From here, lift, rock, and drop. Woo! Release the bind, or the leg behind the head. Whew. Round shoulders, shake your body. Whew. And then we're gonna have, or I'll meet you in a downward facing dog, okay? You could cross your your legs, Sukhasana version to jump back if you can do it with me. And let's do it. Good. Adjust yourself. Up dog and downward facing dog. Okay, I just want you to get into your Skandasana at the end, because I really want you to get a feel how easy Skandasana is once you really feel so flexible and mobile with your legs. Okay, right leg will lift up, breathing in. And exhaling, dropping the left forearm, funky down dog or funky three like a dog, like what we did. And then now see, woo, get it all the way far. The right leg, good. From here, Skandasana, bend the right knee, good. Inhale, reach up. Now you can play with this, right? You could lift as high as you can, and then you could, maybe if you're more flexible, you could stay low. Obviously, this is gonna be a lot harder for some people, especially if you're very tight, right? But now that you did that leg behind head, you can play with both higher and then drop, higher and drop. Now notice if your torso is a little bit forward as you lift up, it's working on the upper glutes. This is how I kind of like to work, to get a little bit like when when your side view, you have a little curve up with your upper glute, right? So drive from the glutes up. So if I were to face you, on my sides rather, so you see how I drive there with the glutes up. Drive, right? Versus this, more on the legs. Did you notice the difference? And then it's very harder on my quads. This one, drive with the glutes, is a little bit of a cheat, but also helps to lift or plump up your glutes. Whoo! All right, and then we're gonna end in a straddle position. Whew, because it's a great hip opening, right? Whew, love that. And then I like to just like fold forward and back. Woo-hoo, pancake moment. And then if you want to end in a pancake with me, and let's do that. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for practicing with me. That was really great. I love me a great hip opening flow. And I could just really stay here for a long time. Say goodbye to them, buddy. If you enjoyed this class, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you're new here. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you want to check out other videos. Maybe I'm going to be linking in the card section here some of the videos that is all related to lower body hip opening, because if your lower body is so good and mobile and flexible, your back bending is going to be a lot easier. I like to work on my lower body more, of course shoulders too, but that's like more of my priority before getting into deep back bends. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye! Say goodbye, buddy. You enjoying your anklet? Huh? This is Mama's anklet. Okay, where's your... Oh, you didn't eat your chicken liver. Why is chicken liver over there? Come on, it's Mama's cold. Whew. Let's go now. Let's go inside. Is it gonna rain again? Go get your thing. Ooh. Ooh. Ah, you didn't eat your beef liver. You did not eat. You only ate the chicken liver. You're so spoiled. You're so picky. I cannot do that when I'm filming. Mama, kisses Mama. I love you. You're so cute.